Hey everybody, it's No Limb Jim, and I'm here at the Abilities Expo in Houston with Megan from iBot by Mobius Mobility.
Hi.
Now, when I saw this wheelchair yesterday, I was so amazed. As I told you, I do a lot of disaster relief work where we fly into disaster areas, and I will run inbound incoming airlifts in airfields that are in areas that have had a natural disaster happen. And I thought I will probably never get to deploy again because we use aircraft, and you wouldn't be able to get a wheelchair that would, one of those big all-terrain wheelchairs wouldn't fit on a corporate jet.
Yeah.
This one looks like it would.
Yes.
But it has got so many cool features. I really want to see it and find out more about it from you. So
we're going to go through them all.
Tell me about it. Tell me what it is.
Excellent. Well, this is the iBot Power Mobility device. So it's supposed to be a multimodal device that can fit a bunch of different needs all in one. Mm-hmm. So we are going to go through all those different modes. And the most important thing is that it can still function as a standard power wheelchair. So you can go inside the home, you can do anything that you would do in a different power mobility device, and then plus the other things. So let's start out. We're in standard mode. This is like a typical rear wheel drive power wheelchair. So go ahead, start moving around.
If I wanted to drive, I was just...
Yep. Just a regular joystick is how you control it. Nothing fancy. You've got your speed control wheel here, so you can speed up, you can slow down. You can go up to 6.9 miles per hour in standard mode. Okay. So you can go pretty fast.
That is actually pretty
fast. Yeah, go ahead. Give her a spin. Kind of get used to it. It's going to maybe feel a little bit different than your front wheel drive that you're used to.
Yes, it does.
But you'll notice that going through doorways and things like that, and kind of get used to where the turning radius.
So let's say I got to a doorway here. At our house, we have very small doors. We're in an old house.
Yep.
So if I approach the door here, in a small hallway, I would come up like this, and typically I have to get my front wheel just past it in order to pull in.
And it's pretty much the same. You're going to go a little farther forward to turn in.
So that actually is pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that works nicely.
Nice.
All right, what else can you show me? Let's turn around so we can...
Let's hop right into the good stuff,
Okay.
So we're going to go into four-wheel mode. So what this is this is your all-terrain mode. So I'm going to have you navigate there via the menu. So you're going to click the menu button.
Okay.
And then you're going to scroll left or right, doesn't matter, until you see what looks like an icon driving over a rock.
Okay, there we go.
Back one, there. And then you're going to press and hold the joystick forward. Keep going.
All right.
Till it completes. There you go. Okay. So now if you look down, your caster wheels are up off the ground, and you've got those four big drive wheels on the ground. So this is how you're going to do sand, snow, rocks, gravel in that disaster area. If there's a big sand pit and a bunch of rocks to get across to wherever you need to go, this is going to get you through that.
Okay.
Also about 3 inches of water.
Probably don't want to do it on carpet though, right?
Not carpet. Yes, that's exactly right. So do a pirouette for us. Turn right exactly to the side. You're going to see.
Yes, I can hear that.
So it's doing what we call is a scrub turn. So the front wheel's going forward, the back wheel's going back to turn you almost on a dime, right?
Yes.
Don't want to do that on carpet or in grass. Really, it'll tear up your lawn. Someone else's lawn, maybe.
There we go.
But not your lawn.
Okay, so...
So what this is great for is curbs. So you want to go climb our curb?
Yeah, let's climb the curb.
All right, this way.
So we'll bring the camera over to the curb. This is like kicking it to the curb in a whole new light here, right?
And when you're on other surfaces that aren't shiny, you won't hear that noise. So come on over to our curb here.
And I will actually come that way so we can see it with the camera.
Yeah, go around. So she can see your face on your first curb climb.
Yeah. So we'll get turned around here and go over the curve. So this curve looks like it's, what, 5 or 6 inches?
So 5 inches is the curb climb spec.
Okay.
And so climbing a curb is pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to approach it square on.
So get a little bit squared up to it?
Yep. And then you want to just drive till your first wheel kisses the curb, and then give it some power.
And then it's taking
Yep.
me up the curb.
Go ahead.
That is simple.
Ooh.
There we go.
There you go.
So you're up.
Anywhere outside where there's not curb cuts, where there's not, the perfect route of where you need to go.
So at dinner, for Steve who's watching this, where we went to dinner last night at a Mexican restaurant, a Tex-Mex restaurant, it was apparently very popular, and the only handicap parking was literally
Bar side.
like a block away.
Of course it is.
And he was like, well, you couldn't even get up the curb. Like if we had parked in another spot, there was no access.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be awesome.
Huge
right there.
help.
Yeah.
So same thing, curb climbing down. So come up right to the edge, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to ease that first wheel off, and then the second wheel will just follow along.
Perfect.
You're natural.
All right.
Pretty cool, right?
That is really cool.
Yeah, and it's also doing something that we'll talk about more when we do the ramp, because the other thing that four-wheel mode is great for is steeper ramps. So you can do up to 12 degrees.
Okay.
That's well above ADA's standard curb cut, right? So we'll do that more in a second. But the thing I would like to talk about is that, did you feel like your seat was tipping you forward down the curb?
No.
Or when you were going up the curb, did you feel like you were...
It felt very, very secure.
So we call that terrain following. So the device is actually following the terrain. So as you go up the curb, it's keeping the seat level automatically.
Okay.
And as you come down, it's doing the same thing. The other thing you get in four-wheel mode is you get a bit of seat height elevation. So if you're doing those things that you need an extra reach for, press and hold up on that toggle right there. So you get an extra 5 inches in four-wheel mode.
That right there would enable me to use my drill press.
Exactly.
That would be a game changer right there.
Yep. And if you're using your drill press, one thing, a fun safety feature that we have on here is if you quick press that power button, just one press, see how the screen went to zero?
Went to zero.
Now everything, no buttons are going to work. You can't accidentally drive into your drill press.
Outstanding.
Right?
Okay.
You can also swing this away, so, get it out of the way so you have more work surface.
If I was working at my workbench, that is a game changer there.
Exactly.
Because that little jazzy, it does not go out of the way, and I kind of have to swing and then sit sideways in the seat.
Exactly. So, let's say that you're, maybe this is too high for your workbench, maybe you're like part way down, you can kind of adjust to wherever you need to be, zero that out, and swing away.
Awesome.
So, it's good for bar top tables too, if they, don't have a table.
That would be,
it's accessible.
Yeah.
Say, don't worry about it, I'll sit at a bar. No problem.
There you go. That would be a game changer traveling, because I typically eating by myself in restaurants don't like single
people taking up a whole table. Yeah. All right. So let's do some balance mode.
So
it's the good stuff.
Okay, so I would go here.
Yep.
And what does the balance mode icon look like?
You'll see it. It looks like an iBot balancing. Keep going over. One more.
Okay.
There it is. And same thing, press and hold forward. And it's going to tip you back, same way it did before. And there you are. Okay. So you're there.
So now I'm up at my normal height, about 5'11".
Yep.
And cool. I haven't been this tall in a long time.
And you still get another 5 inches in this mode.
That's really
so
cool.
That's the top there. The other thing you get in this mode that people really like is you get a little bit of seat tilt. So you get a little bit of recline, which is just kind of nice in case just for relaxing. Also feeling more comfortable, like sitting back in the device. But it also comes up to relatively flat, which four-wheel mode does not. So now you're quite level angle-wise, which people also like for that higher bar top conversation, eye to eye.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
This would make a big difference. We do a lot of trade shows with our company Shack in a Box, and I found over the last 2 years of traveling, a year and a half of traveling, trying to talk somebody from a wheelchair who's standing.
Waist level is not
pretty hard
ideal
to do. Yeah, this would be a game changer for that as well.
And the other thing is, so we get a lot of people who are like, this is scary, how is it doing it? It's actually quite stable, so I want you to reach out to shake my hand. Reach.
Yep, there we go. So it's not gonna fall.
And same thing, if you're in a busy airport or a restaurant or something and someone shoves you, you're not going anywhere. It's very stable. But you can also drive, so go ahead.
Okay.
Just give it a whirl. Also try that pirouette in this mode. You'll have a really tight turn.
I could dance with my daughters.
You can dance with your daughters.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Are they married? You can
Not
walk
yet.
them down the aisle.
They are not yet. Oh, they're not yet married. No. Yeah, you're right. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is something I hadn't considered being able to do.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be pushing her down the aisle or
No.
pushing myself next to her. So cool. So this is using some gyroscopes in it, like
Yep.
the. It's almost like a Segway, right?
So that's actually a great
Really?
segue.
Okay.
So Segway technology, it's the same inventor. So this device, the idea for it came in the early 80s, and they were working on it throughout the 90s to try and make this a medical device for wheelchair users. But the FDA and the regulatory process to get that approved was so long and so many barriers that they said, hey, well, in the meantime, we can still use the same technology and make it a people mover that isn't a medical device, and we can start selling it
Walt
like an
Disney
e-split.
would have loved that. He was in the business of moving people around quickly.
Yep.
So that's really cool. So this came out of Segway technology, or
It was
maybe
the
other way
reverse.
around?
So they were working on this, and then they spun off to make the Segway when they were still in development
Okay,
for the
so
iBot.
if you've got a Segway, you can thank the people with disabilities for
Exactly.
being able. So I could get a job as like No Limb Jim Mall Cop.
Exactly.
You know, that would be so cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I could put a little blue blinky light on it.
Well, we've got lights on this device, so you can throw those on. We can get some blue LEDs in there for you.
So that's cool. So let's see what's next. Maybe climbing a ramp.
Or we could do some stairs.
Stairs would work.
Yeah.
I was told yesterday I may not be able to do it, but I kind of like to try.
Yeah. So what you need to climb stairs solo is grip strength.
Yeah.
So and it takes two hands. So either one hand on one rail and one on the other, or two hands on the same rail.
Okay.
So let's go over there. Let's come back down to either standard mode or four wheel.
And standard mode. This is four wheel here, right?
No, four wheel's one more over.
Okay.
There you go. And press and hold forward.
So what kind of battery life happens when you put it into that
Balance
mode?
Actually takes the least amount of battery draw.
Really?
Because think about it, there's barely any friction.
That's true. So that's true. The gyros are just spinning. They're not doing any work.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
So come on over to our stairs. Can I move your jazzy?
You can move that out of the way if you want.
Got it. And so stair climbing, you do backwards.
Okay.
So spin around and approach square to the steps backwards. A little over to the left. Yeah, do one more shimmy over. And now
better?
turn back.
All right.
Yeah. Go forward just a touch. Good.
Okay.
I'm going to do one more back. Perfect.
There we go. So right up against the stairs.
Right up against the stairs. So then you go into that menu function. And as I was saying, I'm going to explain to the viewers, I just raised up what's called the attendant handle back here. So I put it into its deployed position.
So
and
put it in stairs here, right?
Stairs, yep. So press and hold forward. And press one more time forward. There you go. So what I'm doing as the attendant here is first I'm going to have you just sit back and enjoy the ride for a few steps, and then I'll kind of have you put your hands how solo climbing would go. So there's two ways to climb stairs. First is, like what I'm going to show you right now, is attendant climbing. So that's where you have an attendant, they use this handle, and they just tip the device. It's really just a tipping motion. It's not strength. So you're going to watch me. You're not going to watch me. They're going to watch me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be heaving you up the stairs. I'm really just putting a little bit of input down and a little bit of input back up. So here's what that looks like.
That's actually really smooth.
Yeah, and the audience probably saw I didn't do a lot to do that, right? I just did a little bit down and a little bit up. That's it. Okay? And going down is the same way. So I'm going to do one step down, and then we'll have you
Okay.
put your arms on. So down is the same way. So I'm just doing a little bit in and a little bit down. So the audience probably saw I barely moved to be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so now solo climbing, if someone, if there's a handrail. So you'd still need an attendant
There would need
if there's no handrail.
Would need a handrail.
Yep, so you
Okay.
need to be able to grasp under and over just like you have.
Okay.
And you would lean back. And then I'm going to break you a little bit and slow you down.
Okay.
So then this hand would come right here.
All right.
Yep. So all I did is slow you down there. Okay,
All right.
so one more.
There we go. I just timed stairs for the first
And this
time.
last one is not a rotate, it's just a push straight back.
Okay.
So push straight back.
I just climbed stairs for the first time since December 8th,
You
2021. That is really cool.
did. You did.
That's awesome. So while we're up here, I'm sure the price is up here too. Talk to me about the investment somebody's going to need to make
Yeah.
to get one of these.
So we can now bill private insurance.
Okay.
And we have our application into Medicare. So
Okay.
Medicare, it's the second level of
What
approval.
about vocational rehab?
Vocational rehab has covered it for many people, and so has workers' comp. So depending on what you need. So if you need to be able to reach high places for your job, if you need to be able to be out on, difficult landscapes. So we had someone he's a construction manager. He cannot get to a construction site in a standard power wheelchair, but he can in four-wheel mode.
Outstanding. So I am working with vocational rehab in Florida.
Excellent.
And we're working on the IPE, the Individualized Plan of Employment right now.
Excellent.
And to get back doing what I was doing before. So this could
Yeah.
actually be a solution that they could come up with.
And we've had at least one other person in Florida go through vocational rehab.
Outstanding.
I can't remember exactly what the justification was, but yeah, it's different than other power mobilities. So if there's a reason you need that for work, vocational rehab should cover it.
Outstanding.
Excellent.
Well, I think getting up to do the drilling
Is huge.
would be, well, this probably be around the same investment for a CNC router to do that instead of me being able to do it, but I actually like drilling. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
So one
Nice.
thing I'm going to point out to you is a safety feature that I really like. When you come to the top of the stairs, you've noticed you're back in that zero drive.
Yes.
So this is
So I can't inadvertently hit it and go.
you can't
flying.
drive down the stairs, right?
Okay.
You have to be intentional about it. You have to put it back into drive. So once
Okay.
you're ready, we've been standing here talking. I haven't been worried about your safety at all because I know it's locked out.
So I'm going to push the button one
Yep.
time,
And then drive back.
drive back.
Yep.
Okay.
And then here we are at the top of the platform. So this is what I was really excited to show you in four-wheel mode. So we're back in that four-wheel mode. We got 4 big drive tires on the ground. This is good for steep slopes, so up to 12 degrees.
12 degrees.
Okay? This is about 10 here.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is you're going to drive down it slow, and I want you to feel what the seat does and kind of talk about what the
Okay.
seat feels like.
So as I'm driving down here, and look at that, perfect. There's a guy driving down next to me on the video. So the seat is actually just keeping me level,
Yep.
leaning back a little bit to keep me level.
And that's another 5-inch curb there at the end, so you can kind of practice another curb climb.
So another 5-inch curve.
Oh, you're already a
Awesome.
pro at that.
There we go. This is really cool.
That's the
So
iBot.
let's finish up. So what else do you want to tell me about this? We can get the
The sand in
The
the background.
sand
Yeah,
in the
I can't.
background.
I don't have any sand or gravel to show
Yeah.
you here at the expo hall.
So cool. This is really probably, well, obviously to me it's worth the 2,000 miles I would have driven to get here and back. There
Excellent.
were other reasons for coming. I've found a lot this weekend that has given me more hope in the future and in what I can do and be able to inspire others. This is awesome.
Excellent.
So I think you guys have got a real winner. And you got thumb and a half up. How's that?
One more fun fact I'd love to share with you is when you are out in the sand or the mud or icky things, the power base is a sealed device. So you can actually take a garden hose, hose everything back off before you drive back inside.
Okay, so that brings me up to how much does the wheelchair weigh?
The power base is about 175 pounds. Seating system will vary with whatever, backrest or cushion or those different things that you have, but figure about 100 pounds. So it's about 275 together.
That is well within the weight limit of a Harmar lift on the back
Correct.
of a vehicle.
Correct.
So
most Permobiles, Quantums are in the 350 to 400 range.
This is awesome. So you guys have a website. What is it?
Our website is mobiusmobility.com. So
Mobius, M-O-B-I-U-S,
That's
mobility.com. And you guys doing any kind of show specials or anything?
We don't yet, but never hurts to ask.
Well, next time I see you guys, if you are, we'll tell the viewers what you have, and hopefully by then I'll be in one, and I'll like drive up on you and say, hey, take a look at me.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, and everyone come stop by. We always give free demos at all of our events, so check out our website too. We post on there what events we'll be at next so that people can come when we're in their area.
Outstanding. So guys, this is the iGo, right?
iBot.
Sorry. The iBot by Mobius Mobility. It is the coolest thing I have ever sat in, and I have sat in some pretty high performance aircraft and some pretty high performance boats and cars. I rode around in a NASCAR car at the Charlotte Motor Speedway at 200 miles an hour, holding a TV camera in my lap, filming the driver. And that was probably at the point until this, the coolest thing I ever did. This tops it. So you beat out NASCAR.
Love to hear that.
So guys, thank you for watching. Like this video, share it, and hit the bell for notifications when you subscribe, and we will see you next time. For now, we are gone from the Abilities Expo in Houston.